Friends, on behalf of My Retired Life Foundation, we extend a very hearty welcome to yet another interesting talk on a very, very relevant topic today. And today's topic for discussion is uh, very crucial for all of us, and that is the managing desires and fulfillment to the final final reality, understanding the final reality. And to talk on this particular topic, we have with us our revered friend Uday Acharya ji, who is also a Vedanta scholar and teacher. So he will be talking on this particular important topic, and I'm sure it's going to be quite insightful and interactive. Uday Acharya ji, the floor is open to sir.
Sahana bhavatu, sahana bhunaktu, saha viryankaravavahe, tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Gajananam Taranadisevitam Kapittajam Padasaravamshutam Umasutam Shokavinashakaram Namam Vigneshwara Padapankajam Sadasme Ravakram Papurvam Stiram Dinam Janapatram Suvignata Shastram Kashayakta Vastram Dayanandam Madachari Dayanandam Madachari Dayanandam Madachari. Namaste, Sen Gupta ji. Namaste, all the members who are participating today. It's a privilege to be talking in front of all of you. I've met some of you, but we have not really been introduced to each other. This is a good opportunity to see all of you, talk to you. For our retired community, to talk about desires, I do not know how relevant it is, because we have all been there, done it, and come through it. Maybe with some dents and some hurts, but then we have managed our life okay. We have managed our life okay. So I'm sure most of you would say your life has been good. Okay, we all have made some mistakes, but then in the long run, whatever we did was not a disaster. We have managed our lives better. For good or bad, we have lived our life and we have come out to a great extent, we have come out successful. The question is, what do we teach our next generation about life? So should we lecture to them about how to live life, or should we leave them to decide what they want in their life? So the question of guiding our children or let them learn by themselves. Everybody says we have got the freedom to do what we want. India is a free country. We can do whatever we want. If we have a desire, we can pursue the desire. And who is to tell us what to do, what is not to do? We are our own masters. We are living in a free country. This philosophy, when it comes to children, we are concerned. We are concerned because they can make mistakes. When they make mistakes, so they have to pay. We know that we have paid for our mistakes. We don't want them to pay for their mistakes. So we try to advise them, and sometimes it is taken well. They listen to you, but they do what they want. Okay. And the other way is they listen to you and they laugh at your face and say, your time is over. So you have made your mistakes. So let us make our mistakes. Or they say your ideas are all outdated. आप तो पुराने जमाने के हैं. हमको पता है आज का दुनिया में क्या करना है, क्या नहीं करना है. Okay. So there's a lot of conflict. So the question comes whether हम लाइफ अपना खुद मर्जी से जीना है या कोई शास्त्र के नियम से जीना है. Should we live according to whatever we wish, or should we have a certain regulation in our life? The problem with regulation is people are very touchy. Nobody wants to be regulated. Everyone wants to be their own boss. Okay. Of course, in the workplace, you have no choice. You cannot be the boss all the time. So you have to do what is told. But at home, you are your own boss. An English saying says, an Englishman is a king in his own castle. Okay, आपका घर में आप तो राजा है, तो आपको जो चाहिए कर सकते हैं. So here the question of whether we should live according to our desires, or should we regulate our desires, and if we need to regulate our desires, how can we do that, and why should we do that? Okay. So I want some of you to tell me whether it's okay to live according to the desire. You are free to do what you want. It's okay to make your mistakes. Or is it necessary to regulate our desires so that we can live a better life? Okay. I want some input from a few of you so that we can go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should live in the desire regulated. If, because desire is unending.
Okay.
So if you not regulate, not restrict, regulate the desire, then it may cause harm to us.
Yeah.
Desire not regulated.
Sir, we should have desires. Shall I say, sir?
हाँ जी बोलिए.
Sir, we should have desires and ambitions definitely in life, because then only progress will be there. But we should know how to manage the unfulfilled desires and ambitions. That's what I feel.
Very nice, Santa ji.
Can I say something? Yeah. Can I tell something? Yeah. I mean, yes. Should I go ahead?
हाँ जी.
Yeah. See, we are living in a society. Yeah, having desire, everything is fine. But because we are living in a society, one cannot do all the things whatever he wants. He should see his surrounding, his society, so that it is not disturbing to others. So there should be some regulation, some limitations. Yes, I mean that's what I feel.
Okay.
Well, what I would like to say, hello,
हाँ जी बोलिए.
NK Agarwal. What I would like to say is that although they are free to do whatever they like, but sanskars start from family. So we would like them to learn the good behavior, to be a good man, to be sympathetic to others, and have the old sanskars in them. And then whatever they want to do, they have to do it with full zeal and enthusiasm. Because nothing comes free, nothing comes without hard work. Thank you.
Wonderful, अग्रवाल जी ने. और आपने काफी aspects you put together about desire, all of you. desire is also motivation. It's something very positive. So when you are motivated, you achieve. So when you are not motivated, when you have no desire, it's like a person. Somebody told me that you should employ a person who is very ambitious. A person should have a lot of loan and EMIs in his name. So he must be investing in a car, in a bank, in a bungalow, or in a house, and he must be paying his loans. So the more loans he's paying, that means what? The more he's motivated, and that motivation will ensure that he does a good job. If the fellow is not motivated, then he doesn't want that extra money. Therefore, he will slack off. Okay. So employ a person who is really uh, 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 has a lot of investments, and he's paying uh, monthly dues, EMI, etc., so that it makes sure that to pay off his EMI, he will work hard. Okay. So that is called the principle of motivation. A person who is motivated will earn, and he will spend also. A person who has no motivation, he says, I don't want to spend, therefore why should I earn? Okay. So we can see two aspects of desire. What Samataji talked about was a very positive aspect of desire, that is motivation. There's also a negative aspect of desire, that is called as okay. Before I go into that, I would like you to tell me different synonyms of desire. So desire का अलग-अलग नाम होता है. So some people call it as kama, some people call it as prema, some people call it as motivation. So can you give me different words which signify our desire? The more words we have, then we can analyze them. Yes.
Aims and ambitions.
Aims and ambition. Ambition is very good. Yes. Yes.
Strong wishes.
Strong wish. A strong wish. Okay. Okay. Very strong wish.
A thinking that brings it to a decision to achieve something.
Okay.
A thought brought into action as thinking, a desire to that decision that I want to do this, I want this. Chahat, that is what is desire.
That commitment, you say? Commitment to.
Yes.
Yeah. Commitment.
Decision.
Okay.
Yes.
Very good.
Yeah, excelling in various activities.
Okay. I should become better. I
Yeah.
should become better. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Getting luxurious items and materialistic things for you or for our family, that also comes under desire.
Getting what?
Luxurious things,
Okay.
and materialistic things.
Okay. So comforts and luxuries.
Comfort, luxury, that is also desire.
Luxuries. The want for comfort. The want you can say. Okay.
Right, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let me list out some very positive words indicating desire. Okay. Motivation was already said. Ambition was already said. Fun and the want. Okay. That is what Anandji said. The love for things. The love for things. The love for adventure. Adventure also is desire. मुझे कुछ करना है. Okay. कुछ नया करना है. Love for experiences. मुझे नया जगह देखना है. Okay. And somewhere desire to be safe also, to protect yourself. That's also a desire, right? Okay. What about desire for good health? I should be healthy. That's also desire, right? Desire for relationships. I want to have friendly relationships with people. So I want to reach out. I want to connect to people. And desire to excel. Somebody already mentioned that. I want to push the limits. I want to be excellent in all areas. What about the negative aspect of desire? Okay. Negative aspect of desire. Can you give me some words?
Being pessimistic.
Being pessimistic, there is not a desire.
Negative as well as a failure. I mean, one is failure, I feel.
No, failure is not desire. I want the word.
No,
think,
negative aspect.
because of the desire, lose your loved ones.
Lose.
Sometimes for some desire to achieve something, power or whatever, you lose your loved ones.
Okay.
Negative.
So the obsessive desire for power, that means you ignore the people around you.
Yes.
Frustration.
Frustration. Can you say greed is a desire?
Is a negative.
Yes.
Negative.
Greed is a desire.
A
Okay.
sense of competition, a feeling of competition with others.
Okay. I want
To
to
become
better than that person.
Yes. Yes.
Demotivation.
Okay.
Demotivation.
Demotivated.
Demotivated.
What?
If
It's
desire is not fulfilled, demotivating.
desire not fulfilled. Okay. Can you say that sometimes a desire catches you and then you lose control?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So you're dependent on the desire. So desire is working on you. You have no freedom. It becomes very obsessive. Okay. And sometimes you don't see right and wrong. You just go ahead and fulfill your desire. So you go into wrong ways. Like you desire money and then you become a pickpocket. So is that okay? You're picking somebody else's pocket. Okay. So it's also desire, right? Okay. And people get addicted to smoking and drugs and all. Is that a desire? You become addicted to smoking, addicted to drugs, alcohol.
Yes.
This is not a
Due
desire.
to frustration.
Okay. Okay, a desire born of frustration, can you say?
Yes.
And some people are very pervert in their behavior. So they do very obnoxious things, and somewhere they get a thrill out of it. Like we read in the paper, that man who urinated on that lady in the plane. So sometimes our desire becomes not healthy. It becomes either destructive or it becomes obnoxious. So people will just they feel what you can say disgusted. It becomes a disgustive desire, especially the desire for sex and other things in wrong ways. Right? So these are the negative aspects of desire. People go into wrong ways. They like Duryodhan. Duryodhan in Mahabharata, he says, so, I know what is right, I know what is wrong, but I cannot stop myself from doing the wrong, and I cannot motivate myself to do the right thing. So there is somebody who is within me who keeps on telling me, do this, don't do that. And I do according to what is told to me. I have no control over myself. I am controlled by some inner devil. Duryodhan said. So desire can be something which is motivation. Desire can also be an addiction, or it can be an obsession. Right? There's a nice story in the Puranas about Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva was meditating, and Parvati, before her marriage, so daughter of Parvata Raja. So she's called Parvati. So she falls in love with Lord Shiva, and she's doing tapas to get his attention. Lord Shiva is in meditation, and the Lord keeps meditating. It doesn't open his eyes. Then you have this Kama. This Kama is the god of love. So he comes and shoots arrows of love at Lord Shiva. Okay, to make him desire Parvati. And Lord Shiva finds that the sense of love and attraction arising in him, and he gets very angry. So somebody is disturbing my meditation. He opens his eyes and looks at Kama and burns down Kama. Okay. Then the wife of Kama, so Rati, I think her name is. So she comes and begs Lord Shiva, please restore my husband. So he has done nothing wrong. He is just doing his job. So please do not be angry at him. Please give back my husband. So Shiva becomes calm, and then he restores Kama, but the body is destroyed. Therefore, Kama remains only as a spirit. Okay. So this is a very beautiful story, which shows that Kama can disturb anyone. Okay. Desires can disturb anyone. It requires a lot of self-control to control Kama. Lord Shiva burned down Kama, but then he relaxed and he said, so Kama can come back alive, but not in a physical form. Okay. So he allowed Kama, and after that, he looks at Parvati, and he continues to be attracted to her, and he marries her. Okay. So the two aspects of desire. One is the Kama that overpowers you. The other is the Kama that blesses you. It makes your life beautiful. A desire that blesses you, makes your life beautiful, is called positive Kama. Lord Krishna uses the word dharma aviruddhaha kama. The Lord says, all this creation is my own manifestation. I manifested as space, I manifest as fire, I manifest as the sun and the moon. I'm also manifest as desire. So the desire which is not opposed to dharma. So dharma aviruddhaha kama. The desire that is compatible with dharma. So what is dharma? Dharma means the larger picture. In the larger picture, is my desire healthy for me? Is it healthy for me as a member of society? Is it healthy for me as a human being? If you look into all these aspects, okay, this is what we talk about as a holistic vision. When you see desire from a larger standpoint, from a holistic vision, not only from myself, from the angle of society, from the angle of our earth itself. So this is called the ecological aspect. So when my desire is compatible with the ecological aspect, when it is compatible with the spiritual aspect, when it is compatible with the my personal aspect and also the social aspect, then it becomes something very beautiful. So what we need to do is to invoke desires which are not destructive, which are not pulling us down, which builds us up. So if that type of desire we encourage, so it becomes more of a self-development tool. Desire becomes a motivation for something better, desire for excellence, desire for doing good to others, desire for taking care of my health, desire, of course, for adventure, fun, and love. Okay, desire for relationships, all this become very positive. The negative aspect of desire is talked about by Lord Krishna. He says that dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu upajayate. When you keep on constantly thinking about something that is attractive, so there becomes a certain attachment to that thing. Like if you're constantly thinking about maybe about some movie, or when you constantly think about some food, okay, like you're interested in eating this gulab jam or some special dish, and it's just a thought, oh, it would be nice to eat that sweet, right? But then that thought doesn't go away, it keeps coming back, oh, that sweet is so nice, I would like to eat it, and I wish it were there, I wish uh, uh, I could have it right now. So the more you think of it, the more urgent it becomes. So dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu pajayate. You become attached to that, and then you cannot wait. So sangat sanjayate kama. That sanga, that attachment becomes a very strong desire. Kamat krodhaha vijayate. That desire, if it is not fulfilled, if it doesn't come to you, you ask your spouse, please let us go and have this gulab jam, and she says, nahi nahi, you are diabetic, abhi nahi karna. Okay, बहुत खाया है अभी, next week तो खाएंगे. Then you गुस्सा आता है. कामात् क्रोधः विजायते, क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः. When you become angry, then you don't think, you get totally confused as to what to do, what not to do. So सोचते नहीं, so बिना सोच के आप कुछ करते हैं. So सम्मोह स्मृति विभ्रमः, आपका दिमाग फिर जाता है. स्मृति भ्रंशात बुद्धि नाश, आपका बुद्धि का नाश होता है. All your wisdom is gone. बुद्धि नाशात प्रणश्यति. Okay, you end up doing something which you regret. My teacher used to say, this fellow got so angry, so angry, so angry. He did not know what he did, and later on he realized that the friend that he was talking to has been hurt, and his teeth has fallen down, and you are helping him to pick up his teeth because you got so angry you broke his teeth. Okay, which you realize only later on. So at that time you didn't realize it, you just got angry and became blind. Okay, after that you say sorry to that person and help him to pick up the teeth. So this is called pranashyati. You get destroyed by desire. Now this, when you tell your children, I do not know how they take it, whether they accept what you say, desire is to be controlled. Maybe it is the way we say it also. If you keep on nagging them, they will react. But maybe if at the right time, in the right occasion, when we say something, it goes home. There is a case for regulating desire For the simple reason is, put it this way, all your desires can never be fulfilled. Am I right in this? All your desires can never be fulfilled. You can fulfill some desires, but never all your desires. And if you hope to fulfill your desires in order to be happy, you will always remain unhappy. Something very important. If you hope to become happy by fulfilling all your desires, you will remain unhappy all your life. So if you want to be happy, you have to learn to choose your desires. Desires which are possible to be fulfilled and desires which are healthy to be fulfilled. Okay. So we need to choose our desire. That means we need to regulate our, what you can say, our mind. So let the mind not keep on going everywhere. I need to regulate my mind so I can choose and pick and prioritize my desires. If I prioritize my desires, there's a good chance I can fulfill it. If I don't prioritize my desires, then I'm just taking a chance. So there are so many things I want. This also I want, that also I want. When you don't prioritize, your attention is everywhere. You are running in different directions. It is like this man who was digging a well. So he dug half a foot and then he said, "Idhar pani nahi aayega." So he went to the next spot and he started digging there. So like this, he dug about 100 wells, all half a foot each. And then he got disheartened and says, "Kidhar bhi pani nahi milta hai." Okay. The question is, why was he disheartened? Because he was not consistent. He was not consistent. At least instead of half a feet, at least had he dug about 25 feet, at least there's some chance of success. And really, if you dig more, there's a greater chance of success. But sometimes you are not successful, you are a failure because you chose the wrong spot. That is okay. But there's a greater chance of success if you are consistent. Right? So to be consistent, you have to prioritize. You function in a narrow area and deepen your effort. In a narrow area, when you deepen your effort, you become more and more productive. Okay. Yeah. Beautiful example is given in one of the Upanishads called Kathopanishad. The Kathopanishad, it talks about an example of a chariot and a charioteer. Chariot में घोड़ा होते हैं and घोड़ा का लगाम होता है. There is a Sarathi, the one, the driver, who is holding the reins of the horse. And there is a master of the chariot who is sitting behind. And he tells the driver, "I want to go to this particular place." And the driver has to control the horses and take the chariot to that particular destination. So the Upanishad says, think of your life as a journey. Think of your life as a journey. Your body is a chariot. The sense organs, your eyes and ears, they are the horses. And Vishayaha, the sense objects, the things that you desire, they are the road. So you're traveling on the road in which there are a lot of distractions are there. Your sense organs say, "I want this, I want that, I want that." So you don't complete your journey, you stop in half and waste your time in doing this and doing that. Okay. The lagam, the reins of the horses, that is the mind, and the charioteer is a buddhi. The buddhi is your discriminating power. And you are sitting in the chariot and you're telling the buddhi, please take me to success, please take me to my goal. Okay. And the buddhi depends on how capable he is. So either he takes you to the goal or he is not able to control the horses. Therefore, the horses take you astray. So desire is something, is like the reins of the horses, the mind. Okay. So if the desire is not well regulated by the buddhi, then the horses will take you anywhere. Your sense organs will take you to destruction. Remember, the more you live a life in which you forget your goal and you're focused on other things other than your goal, the more you lose your way. So if you want to find your way, better regulate your mind, better have a control over your desires. The desires will lead you to your goal. It is your motivation. You have to decide. Okay. I was thinking out of desires, prioritizing your desires. Think of yourself as an individual. As an individual, you have different desires. As a person living in society, so there are certain desires based on you as a socially active person. So as a socially involved person, you have desires of a different kind. And as a human being, not as an individual. As an individual, you can want one thing or another. But as a human being, we have got some common desires. So as a human being, you have the desire to excel. You have the desire for safety. You have the desire for enjoyment. As a spiritual person, also, you can have some desires. So the spiritual person wants to elevate himself. I don't want to just exist in life. I want to achieve some sort of fulfillment. I want to become a better person, not only physically, not only mentally, but also spiritually. Why is that? Because the spiritual fulfillment is a goal of human life. Very often we say that you should have very strong goals. You should keep on desiring to fulfill that goal until that goal becomes real. Okay? The problem is, as an individual, we all have different goals. When we have different goals, the goal that you are interested in, the other person says, hey, why are you thinking of that? Forget it. Okay. So that is not a good goal. So, aapka bacha ko, he wants to join the military. And everybody comes and advises, pagal hai kya? So, jaan gawayega. So you do something positive, you learn engineering, you become a successful person. You go to the military and you are sacrificing your life for people who are ungrateful. They don't even thank you. They just use you. So you'll be used and you'll be thrown. Therefore, don't go in for that. Everybody will come with a different advice. One person says, oh, it is a great thing, but then it is not for people like us. So, हम तो sacrifice करने में, it's nice to think of sacrifice, but then it is so fearful. So we cannot handle losing a person like you. So you are a family member, we don't want to lose you. It's very fearful to think of you joining the army. Everybody gives a different advice, right? So the question is, what will be a good advice? What will be good for me to pursue as a life? Is there a life goal that is different from different people, or is there something common to all human beings, which can be a life goal which is fulfilling? The Bhagavad Gita says yes, you can pursue your individual goals, but individual goals are not your life goals. Individual goals are by the way. The life goals are that which fulfill you as a human being. So pursue those life goals and keep your individual goals as part of your life. Individual goals are part of your life, but remember, they are not the purpose of your life. As an artist, you would like to do painting, you would like to express yourself through that art. Okay? As a scientist, you would like to do discoveries and help people. As a doctor, you will like to treat people and bring about a medical revolution. They are all individual goals. But all of you are human beings. As human beings, there is a common goal. The common goal is, may I become more of a contributor to society. May not just be a consumer. May I be a contributor. May my life make a difference to the people around me. May I leave this world a better place than what it was when I came into birth. Okay? मेरा भी कुछ contribution है. May I make this world better. That makes me a better person. Either I can think like a consumer. I only want to consume more and more. Or I can think like a producer. I am producing more and more for the good of society. So if my goal, if my desire is to become better so that I can create abundance, if I can create abundance for society, so my job as a human being is fulfilled. If my desire is just to consume more and more, okay, so I keep on consuming more and more, and this is what the Kathopanishad says: the more you consume, the more weaker you become. The more you try to fulfill your desires, the more you become unhealthy and dependent. Simple thing like eating sweets. You want to eat sweets, the more you keep eating, the more it affects your health. Okay, so to a certain extent, it is helpful. Beyond that, it becomes an obsession. When it becomes an obsession, it can destroy you. So don't allow desire to become an obsession. Learn to manage your desire. If that is the ability you have, that desires are part of life. Desires are part of life, but the fulfillment of life is not in fulfilling desires, but in fulfilling the desirer. Desires can be fulfilled, but it can still keep you unfulfilled. Why is that? Because desire is a symptom of something deeper. Your desires are a symptom of something deeper. If you say desires make me uncomfortable, I need to get something to fulfill my desire. You will work to fulfill that desire. That symptom is taken care of, But what caused the desire, that is not yet taken care of. The cause of desire is something inside. Bhagavad Gita says the cause of desire is the belief that you are separate from creation. When you believe that you are separate from creation, okay, you see yourself very limited to your own individual body mind. As long as you believe you are limited to your body mind, you find yourself unfulfilled. Okay, when you depend on your body mind to fulfill yourself, you always find no matter how much you fulfill your desires, they never end. Desires will never end because they are a symptom, not the disease. The real disease is the ignorance of my real nature. When you know yourself, all desires can, you can let go. This is our culture. Our culture, we grow from entertaining desires in the beginning of our life to reducing desires at the end of our life. This is our culture. As we grow, as in childhood, we learn to play with our desires. So our desires are limited to playing. As we grow, desires they grow in terms of earning and spending. Okay, we earn to fulfill our desires. We have goals. We earn to fulfill our desires, and we spend. Whatever we earn, we spend so that we enjoy the desire. So our middle life is spent in earning and spending. The later life is either spent in saving or in regret. So I have not saved, so I don't have enough. So always there is a complaint. Okay, our 4 ashramas, starting with brahmachari, grahastha, vanaprastha, and sannyasa. The 4 ashramas are oriented towards fulfilling desires in the first half, towards letting go desires in the second half. So the end of the 4th ashram is said to be sannyas. Sannyas means drop the desires, because desires are not the purpose of life. Desires are part of life. Okay, and desires, all your desires can never be fulfilled for the simple reason, as long as you think of yourself as a wanting person, wants will keep coming from a bottomless well. I want this, I want that. Wants can never be satisfied. That want comes from a sense of I am a wanting person. The truth which Bhagavad Gita talks about says, recognize yourself as one with the creation. Recognize yourself as, I would say, the reality of creation. You are not the wanting person. You are a complete person without doing anything to become complete. You have to recognize yourself as the truth of all the things around you. You are the reality of creation. As the reality of creation, there is nothing outside of you. Everything is within you. In the words of the Bible, the kingdom of God is within you. The kingdom of heaven is within you. When you see yourself as one with the creation, that sense of I am a wanting person, that dissolves. When that dissolves, desire becomes just a self-expression. Desire is not a burden. Desire is a self-expression. That is why Krishna says, Dharma viruddhaha kamaha asmi bharatarshava. I am the kama which is not in conflict with dharma, okay, which is compatible with dharma. Dharma is, I would say, the vision of the whole. It is a holistic view. In the holistic view, you consider the good of everyone. You don't see, I am different, you are different. We always think of, we are one. When you have that sense, all your desires will be regulated towards that goal. Our goal is, let us all be happy together. Let us all strive together. Sahana Vavatu, Sahana Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahe. When that becomes a goal, your desires will have a very, very beautiful expression. When that goal is lost, when you think of I am different, you are different, then it becomes a competitive goal. In the competitive goal, I have to put you down in order to come up. Okay. In a holistic goal, we all can come up together. Therefore, let us contribute our forces. Let me work to make the world a better place. These desires are not binding desires. They are self-expression of your fullness. When you discover your fullness, desires become self-expression. It is like when you're happy. When you're happy, you don't desire to take away things from other people. You desire to share. Okay. In happiness, your desire is more to share. In sorrow, your desire is more to control or more to grab. So the holistic vision tells you, have the goal as a larger perspective. The larger perspective is we are all one. When we are all one, our desires become helpful, beneficial desires. They are not addictive desires, because the fulfilling desire is not my goal. To see this oneness and enjoy that oneness becomes my goal. All my efforts are to manage my desire so that I reach this oneness. So desires become what you can say, something secondary to my goal of oneness. When my eyes are on the goal, managing desires become easy. When my eyes are on desire, reaching the goal becomes difficult. It's like you are traveling, you are running a hurdle race. When you are running a hurdle race, you have a lot of obstacles you have to cross. Okay. If your eyes are on the obstacle, you find it's a very big obstacle. When your eyes are on the goal, obstacles become small. Okay. So keep your eyes on the goal. The goal is a larger picture of oneness. So if I'm traveling to that goal, all my desires are by the way. If I lose track of the goal, all my desires become all the way. Don't let your desires become purpose of your life. Let your desires become a part of your life. There is a greater goal. That greater goal is oneness. When I discover that oneness, all my desires become secondary. They become easy to manage. I think this is the larger picture that I give you. Just before we stop, again, I would put this 4 in Bhagavad Gita, these 4 yogas are talked about. Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. Okay. So this can be different ways to manage your mind. Jnana Yoga is educate your mind. Educate your mind in terms of what is right, what is wrong, what is the right means, and what is the consequences of your actions. So when you educate yourself, you find that it becomes easier to manage your desire. Karma Yoga is learn to commit yourself to healthy goals. When you commit your life to healthy goals, somewhere you are in tune with a larger picture. Therefore, may all your actions be consistent towards that goal. Right? So this is called practice and determination. Meditation is learning to reduce the distractions in your mind, make your mind more and more focused. When you make your mind more and more focused, you are prioritizing. You are prioritizing the things which are important. What is not important, to drop. So meditation helps you to focus on what is healthy for you. And devotion, surrender. Surrender is whenever you feel helpless, learn to ask for help. Okay. So prayer is one of the very beautiful ways to ask for help. If you cannot ask for help from people around you, at least ask for help from the Lord of the universe. So when you cry out and help, the help will come. So these are the 4 different aspects of managing your mind. Jnana Yoga, educate your mind. Karma Yoga, so practice consistency in your behavior, and let it be compatible to dharma. Okay, dharma is a larger picture. Dhyana Yoga, meditation. So somewhere learn to withdraw your mind so that you do not run after things. So somewhere you have a leisure. The more leisure you have in your mind, the more comfortable you are functioning in the world. When you don't have leisure, then you are reacting to the world. When you have leisure, there is a certain sense of calmness, harmony, and freedom. So that is meditation. Bhakti is surrender. Ask for help. Ask for guidance. So when you have this, it becomes easier to manage your goals. Okay. If you want a strategy, to manage your desires, the strategy, I would say, make better choices. Okay. One is make better choices. Second is keep your commitments. Keep your commitments. Other is positive reinforcement. Whenever you do something positive, congratulate yourself, pat your back. Whenever you do something that you feel you should not have done, somewhere tell yourself, I will not repeat this again. Okay, give negative feedback. This went wrong. This shouldn't have been done. So let me change. And the last is learn to build up a spiritual, you can say, energy within you, which gives you the confidence that my goal is not this or that. My goal is oneness. Okay, that is my ultimate goal. So even if I have not been successful in my individual goals, so that becomes a journey towards reaching oneness. So as a spiritual person, my failures as well as my success, both of them are necessary for me to reach the ultimate goal. So don't blame yourself for failure. Don't get carried away by your success. Tell them these are all means to a goal. All this will help me to go to the ultimate aim of fulfillment. Right? So I would keep some time for question answers. So Sen Gupta ji, we have the time.
Yeah, we have a lot of time. Yeah.
Sir, may I ask one question?
Yeah, please go
ahead. Sir, you are very correct that all desires cannot be fulfilled. But there's one thing, if one desire is fulfilled, another desires pop up. But from my point of view, if we are contented with the desire, one desire or 2 desires, the whole growth and development will be stopped. Suppose somebody joins as a clerk in some company and he's contented, okay, I'm good as a clerk. his growth and development will be stopped unless he desires to become the assistant manager, general manager, like that. So sometimes it is necessary to have more desires. When your desire is fulfilled, you should go for the another desire. And it is not only for the individual, it is for the society and for the country also. That is आपका क्या कहना है?
Desires are good. Okay. In fact, भगवान ने आपको इंसान बनाया, capable of desiring, and the tree is not capable of desiring. Okay, tree is content with what it gets. An animal does not want to be different. A dog doesn't want to be a cow doesn't want to be a tiger. Okay, so they are programmed. Whereas you are free to create your own program. Correct? You are built with desire, so the desire is for making your life better. You can desire to make your life better. So that is good. The question is, where is your desire directed? Is it directed towards an individual growth? Individual growth, I want to grow as a scientist.
Right.
Okay. Or it is in a larger area, the more holistic desire, which is, I want to become a better person. So can you stick to that desire, a larger desire? I want to become a better person. Growing as a scientist is a means to the end. It is not the end. So desire is not an end. Desire is a means to ultimate fulfillment. That's why I said desire is a symptom. It's not the disease.
Right.
So keep all your goals as means to an end. And if you succeed in those goals, you have grown as a person, right? Even if you have failed in your goals, you still have grown as a person. You have learned a lot, no? So that experience counts. So keep that growth as your desire.
That's very good. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
और कोई?
Question, please.
जी.
Krishnaveli madam, you are there?
Sir, very much there.
No question.
No.
Either मैंने सबको चुप करवा दिया.
Yeah, you were crystal clear on what you spoke, so there is no.
Okay.
Naveen Duggal.
Yes, it is. We don't want to ask any questions when we are satisfied and our desires have been fulfilled with the today's topic. And not only that, the decision making of the desire, the quality of desire, the priorities of desire has been very well explained. I highly appreciate it, and thanks for with gratitude and namaskar. Thank you, sir.
Agarwal Saab.
Yes, yes, covered almost all the questions.
Agarwal Saab.
Yes, very well explained, sir.
Mr. Modi.
Sir, you told that our day-to-day life achievement is a personal desire or something like that. So this personal desire can make the perspective for the global desire, or you can say our aim of life. Is not that related to one another?
They are related.
Yes, it is.
One leads to other. One leads to other. But when one leads to the other, you have to let go of one and grow towards the other.
So
one becomes secondary to the other. So, but if you stick on to one only, then you are never reaching the other. Okay, let me put like this. Your short-term goals lead to your long-term goals. Okay. When there's a conflict between the two, what should you work for? If there is a conflict, short term or long term?
Long term. This is work
For the long term. Okay. So, should you sacrifice your short term?
Maybe that depends upon our desire. What type
You
of
don't have
desire?
to sacrifice your short term, but you see that it is oriented towards a long term.
Yeah.
This short term goal should be connected to your long term. Okay. So once you're connected, then don't worry about long term. Just work on your short term goals, because this is leading to that. Okay. This is called orienting your goals towards the larger picture. When that is there, you don't have to worry about the larger picture. That will happen when you take care of today's goals. It will reach tomorrow's goals and the long-term goals. So learn
So
to
we
align
have, we
short-term
have,
and
we have to see all aspects of short goal and long goal.
correct.
Then we should decide which our goal is going towards the longer goal, and we should act on this.
Exactly. You're very right, sir.
Thank you. Thank
Sir,
you.
sir, you mean to say that desires are never satisfied because wants are unlimited?
That is true. Wants are unlimited, and your capacity also. आप कितना fulfill?
Yeah.
Okay. आपको पूरा दुनिया देखना है. आप किधर किधर जाएंगे? है ना? आपका शक्ति इतना है. So you have to balance. You have to balance. So, have realistic desires. Have realistic desires. हमको बहुत कुछ करना है, लेकिन हमको हमारा हेल्थ देखना है, सब कुछ फैमिली देखना है, बहुत कुछ देखना है ना?
Thank you.
Ajit?
Acharya, can I make comment?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
I want to say that, desires, as far as one is concerned, the moment one is fulfilled, the second desire will come up. So there is no end to these personal desires. And ultimately, as you said, if you have got one ultimate goal in life as to what you want to do or what you want to be remembered when you are while living the world, have you made the world better? If the desire is in that direction, then only we can justify the just desire to be an individual desire. Otherwise, it is only to satisfy your own vanity, because there is no end to desires. So this is what I feel, that normally what happens is a family person always thinks in terms of immediate desires. I want to have money, I want to have a house, I want to have my good family, I want to have my children educated and so on. But that's not the end of it. So I think desire is very personal desire is only secondary to what is going to be the ultimate desire. This is what I feel. Thank you.
So personal desires are good, but you have to prioritize. You have to prioritize whether it is healthy, whether it is practical, and whether it is overall picture. So is it helpful?
सर डिजायर के बारे में एक शायर ने कहा है कि यादें खुदा करूं कि इश्के बुता करूं, इस छोटी सी उम्र में मैं क्या क्या खुदा करूं। तो आपने बिल्कुल सही बात कही है कि वी हैव टू प्रायोरिटाइज कि आपको क्या करना है। और जैसी आप भगवत गीता की जो बात आपने कही है ना, वो बिल्कुल सही है कि अगर इस उलझन में आप उलझ जाएंगे तो वो ध्यायते विषयान पुंसः संगस्ते सूप जायते वाली बात बिल्कुल सही है। So you have to prioritize your desires and accordingly you have to fix your goal and you can achieve, and then फिर तो it is cropping up, crop होता है वो। आपका बहुत ही बढ़िया सर आपने समझाया है, बहुत आनंद आया। Thank you very much.
हमारा problem है।
I would like to add the desires and the decision to fulfill the desire is important. The decision, the right decision, and to follow up, irrespective of the results.
उसको कहते हैं
later on.
संकल्प शक्ति.
Correct. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Planning also is important to satisfy a desire.
Okay. हमारा लाइफ प्रॉब्लम क्या होता है, बचपन में हम खेल में गवाते हैं और बचपन खेल गवायो यौवन मोह माया में बीता, बचपन खेल गवायो, आया बुढ़ापा रोग सताए, भजन किया नहीं जायो. Okay, गोविंदा न गायो, जन्म गवायो, तूने बावरे. So this is a problem. We waste our life running after so many things. In the end, we find we have reached nowhere. हमारा रास्ता चुक गया. Okay, that should not happen if we live an intelligent life.
So I think with that word of wisdom, we call it a this thing. I think we had an excellent and outstanding exposition of the entire concept of desire, and the most importantly, how do we choose a very conscious, rational, and based on our intelligence as well as intuition, a life which is taking care of the larger goal, if necessary, by sacrificing the small-term desire. Thank you very much, Uday Acharya ji, for having this class. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you, sir.
Acharya ji.
I learned a lot from all of you.